are you guys doing today on a Wednesday? Welcome back to the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. Nice to have everyone here today. Woo-woo! We have quite a few people here today. I didn't expect so many people to turn up right off the bat. Well, welcome in. Appreciate you guys taking out the time, the hard work, the effort of being here right before the market opens as we provide value for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the live stream that we put on so that you don't have to do any work, but we do it all for you. Lots of important stuff to be discussed today, so I hope that you guys have your caps on so that we can blast off. All right, cool. So let's get to the news, the breakdowns. I'm going to go through the pre-market. I'm going to go through the SPY technical update, and then I have some juicy announcements followed by breakdowns. So you guys know the drill. Make sure that when you put in your breakdowns, have a ticker, have a expiry, have your strike price, right? Exactly like this right here, like how Miss Shantea has done. And we will get to those right at the end. And I will, as we go on to the stream, I'll also skip by to answer important questions every now and then. All right, awesome. Let's get to it. So as we have been talking about the situation with the markets for the past week, I have signaled that I would start to accumulate some bearish positions. Why did I say that? It's not that I'm fully bearish. It's just the fact that the news is finally starting to cycle some good news. And we know what happens when the news cycles good news. That is a signal to sell. Why? That means that retail traders are starting to get into the market. And when retail traders are starting to get into the market, that is often too late because they've missed the entire rally, right? And we can see this on the NASDAQ, right? Huge rally. We're back at all-time high and way beyond. We actually hit 10,000 today on the NASDAQ. Crazy times, crazy times. SPY is almost back to all-time high, and I'll show you in a little bit why that is so as well. So news is starting to cycle, some good news, right? But today is going to be a rather worrisome day, so you have to be careful. And let's have a look at all kinds of news here. The Bloomberg's kind of mixed today. We have a lot of news that is just all over the place, kind of talking about different geopolitical things. India, with China, with Japan, with a whole bunch of other stuff. So we're gonna ignore Bloomberg for today. It's not really that important. GOP considers its own proposals for police overhaul. This is to calm down the violent protests that are going on in America domestically. And then let's see what else. Not really much else for the stock market, I want to say. And the Fed is going to be having a speech today, so watch out for that. Let's look at the economic calendar really quickly. OPEC meeting continues on today. Watch this one for oil. Going to make some big moves. If OPEC agrees to cuts, then oil will rebound slightly again. I maintain my bearish outlook on oil. If you want to know more why I do that, please go ahead and watch a live stream prior. Now, I just want to bring up an important thing is that exactly on Friday, on the Friday live stream, I did go through the key reasons why we would melt up, right? I did say that this rally was going to happen from here to here. I called it out on Friday that this was going to happen, and the reason was, great theory on why this market may continue to run up, right? And I believe he brought up 5 very prominent points, but I'm just going to highlight 3 of them so that you can understand my reasoning and I. So the first reason was that the S&P index market cap versus the money supply of the Fed is still below the 20-year average, which means that stocks are still relatively cheap compared to money supply. I do fully.
And
then stocks are still very quickly. Another fact that the U.S. 500 client positioning was extremely bearish, which causes a lot of squeezes in the market. And since there was almost a 3-to-1 short ratio, that only was another reason why the market would continue to melt up. Now, I went through this on Friday, and the market since Monday has been on a tear. Now, if you guys remember, I have been preaching about two stocks that have the potential to rush up very, very quickly. Why? Because they are still intrinsically undervalued. Now, if you remember what they are, you'll remember that they were number one, Microsoft. And look at what has happened to Microsoft this past week. Big time push up, right? Broken through this big consolidation range that we've been in. And the other was, dang, 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 Amazon. Look at what happened to Amazon yesterday. I told you guys both, like we discussed this even on the Everyday Growth podcast with Kevin FOMO. It pays to show up and listen to these things, guys. I can't stress it enough that it pays to just listen to the things that we put out here for you, okay? Because if you would have listened to the growth podcast, somewhere on the 30-some minute mark, me and Kevin FOMO were talking about Microsoft and Amazon being undervalued. And you can see what happened. I don't need to say nothing else. Amazon is up pre-market. And so it pays to listen. If you were here prior, you would know that we have been talking about airlines rallying. We've been talking about all kinds of stocks rallying, and they have all made those moves. Hence, showing up for this live stream on time and here helps majorly. So I want to stress it out there. If you are here for the first time, click on the subscribe button so that you get us live every time we go live. Make sure that you leave a like on this live stream. That's the only thing I want, and I would appreciate if you smash the like button, because that is the only thing I ask from you. All right, cool. So technical update with SPY. Let's go. Oh, actually, before that, I just want to go through. Oh, sorry. We need to do this real quick. Pre-market movers. We have Hertz down again, 7%. I'm not going to touch any of those. Tesla's up nicely. There was also a bunch of others. Let's see. I was looking at Tesla earlier. Tesla's up big time, right? Almost to $1,000. Very high chance that will break. But do you buy it here? It's up to you. I personally wouldn't. If you like the risk and you want to chase it, go for it. But I don't recommend it. I do not recommend buying Tesla here. I would like to wait for, some kind of a pullback, some kind of a retracement, right? Microsoft up, Amazon up. Most of the market is up because Nasdaq is up, right? Nasdaq is rallying. That's the reason why. Now, I want to show you also the other thing today is the economic calendar. Remember that today we have some important news coming through. OPEC, we have the mortgage rate, we have mortgage rates, we have CPI, which is inflation, and we have the Fed who are going to talk. Okay, so the FOMC is going to be talking about the economic projections, the statements, and then also they're going to be having their Fed interest rate decision. Now, it is widely understood, or it is accepted, the fact that the Fed is probably not going to make a change in interest rates. We are still probably going to remain with the 0.25, which is close to zero, and in real terms about negative interest rates here. So expect a rather, it's going to be a mixed response on the market today. In my opinion, things could go up or down, but it all depends on the tone that Powell is going to use to deliver this message. If he's going to be bullish and dovish and say that we are still going to continue to do as much as we can and this economy is getting better, that might be a signal to start to take up some short positions. If he says that we are going to start to cut interest rates, that will also be another signal. Sorry, not cut interest rates, but raise interest rates. That will also be another signal. Anything that he says that has to do with the fact that the Fed is turning hawkish, which means they're planning to increase interest rates, that will be a disaster for the market, and the market's going to sell off. So watch out for what he says. His words are going to be very important, as are all Fed chairman's words. Okay, great. Now, moving on to the SPY technical update, I just have a quick comparison that I was looking at earlier that I want to show you. This is SPY on the daily, right? From the coronavirus drop, we went down about 35%, and now we are back up about 47% from the bottom, right? And we have about 6% more to go. So the total amount that we have from where we are all the way up to the top here, right, is about 6%, okay? So keep that in mind. We're about 6% left for the SPY. For the Dow Jones Industrial Average, you can see that we have about 8% more to go. Same thing here, right? The same shebang. We had a big drop, right? Almost 38%, and the rally has come up to about 49%. We have about 8% more to go for reaching or breaking all-time high. So if you compare these two, the Dow Jones has more to go than SPY, okay? However, the NASDAQ doesn't give a crap. The NASDAQ is back to where it was, okay? And in fact, it's making newer highs. So this is not the NASDAQ. Let me pull up the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, let's go. Actually, QQQ will be fine as well. We can do QQQ. So this is just an ETF for NASDAQ, right? You can see that we rallied and now we are back above the all-time high. So you can imagine what is happening here. Tech, which is the one holding up the entire market, is pulling the entire market up. Now, it is worthy to know that Dow Jones has some catching up to do, but would it get there immediately? Remember, stocks never move up all the way like that, right? Expect some kind of a down and then an up and then a down and then an up, right? Don't expect it to go all the way like that. It's not going to happen because we need to breathe. We need to breathe in before we can breathe out. So keep that in mind, okay? Same goes for SPY. Exactly the same thing. We've been on a multi-day rally. We need to breathe in before we can breathe out again, okay? We've been breathing in for a while, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, right? Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out here, and then we can go for another one, okay? So remember that, keep that in mind. Have it at the back of your head. Make sure that you don't overcommit yourself to anything. I am still accumulating some short positions because I feel that they will pay in the next week to come or by the end of June, right? So just buy weekly contracts and hold them as insurance. If you're making 10% a week, then spending 3% to insure your positions is pretty small. So keep that in mind. All right. Cool. So we are done with the technical breakdowns. I will now, let's see if we have some developments here. Ooh, boy, a lot of callouts today. All right, well, welcome in, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Remember, smash that like button if you haven't already. That's the only thing that I would like you guys to do. All right. So right before I get into all these callouts here, as I was telling you guys, and I've been promising this for a long time, and today is the day. So the day has come for you guys to know that Option Swing and Everyday Growth Advisors are now partnered for the Everyday Growth Mentorship Program, okay? And so I'm going to go through what the mentorship program looks like and announce it to you guys live right now. Drum roll. Awesome. So here is the structure of the program. It is the Everyday Growth Advisors and Option Swing Training Academy. And it's going to be a 5-day course. This is going to happen every week starting from the 22nd of June. Okay. The sign-up dates for the course are going to begin on the June 20th and 21st. And the sign-ups are going to happen every Saturday and Sunday of the week. There's only going to be 2 days to sign up because of the back-end system that we have. And I'm going to go through what comes with this course, why you should be taking it, and how it's going to work. So I'll spend about 10 minutes on this, and I hope that you guys enjoy this because, we spent some nice time designing this. So I hope you enjoy it. All right. So the 5 days of growth course, it is the beginner's course. We're going to have a total of 3 courses. The intermediate and the advanced courses will be announced at a later date. This is just the beginner series, and I want to go through with you guys what comes in it. So here we go. So once again, first day of class will be June 22nd, 2020, and the sign-up dates for the classes are going to be June 20th and June 21st. Okay, and this infographic is going to be posted on Instagram after I get done with the live stream. So don't worry. It'll all be there for you. And I'll post it on Discord as well so that you can have a look at it. So we'll be having a total of 5 lessons over the 5 days. And they will be after market hours. Okay. More than likely, we will be going with a time of about 8 p.m. PST. We will keep it Pacific Standard Time since majority of people are within that time frame or can accede to that time frame. So the first lesson is going to be an introduction to the financial indices, how to view risk and reward, some common behavioral mistakes, and then an intro to technical analysis. And these are all my approaches on how you're going to analyze, plan, and execute a trade. Okay. If you want to know how these courses are effective, I recommend you to go to my Instagram and look at the testimonial post that other mentees have left behind after taking the course. We have run a total of 3 waves, and all 3 waves have been wildly successful. In fact, some of the members are in the chat right now, even on the live stream. Shantea was a member, and I bet there are a couple others who are on there as well. Now, lesson 2 is going to cover the type of trades, scalps, day trades, swing trades, how to do them, the individual differences between them, how do you execute them, right? Planning entries and exits for all of them. And then we're going to get into a little bit about chart patterns, wave patterns, volume breakouts, how do you spot them, how do you play them, and supply and demand zones. And so this is going to be the second day. Now, the third day is going to be an introduction to options trading. We're going to go through the Greeks. We're going to go through delta and implied volatility. We're going to go through it very deeply so that you understand how to choose the right contract. Okay. And lesson 4 will be an introduction to fundamental analysis, which is a very important tool that many traders always skip. They think that this is all the bullcrap that you don't need to learn, but little do they know that this is one of the most important things you need to learn to be a successful trader. Okay. How do you read earnings reports? I wonder, how do you read earnings reports, right? And also, we're going to go through briefly, after learning options, how do you sell options and get passive income using the wheel system, which is something that Mike Moss uses on our option swing chat, right? So this is the curriculum. On the last day, we're going to put everything together with the option swing platform on how to use option swing. And then we're going to look at the watch list strategies and how do you execute them. And we're going to see how do you use the bots to generate trade ideas. Okay. Obviously, there'll be more than this that we will be putting on there. But just for the simplicity, I want to just give you the basic points. Okay. Now, the 5 days of growth mentorship program, it's a options trading mentorship course. I just want to make that very clear. Okay. And we do give you an introduction to financial markets, option strategies, all taught in a classroom setting on Zoom. Okay. And we will be using paper trading before embarking on real money accounts. So we will be using paper trading so that you don't need to risk any of your real money. And people who join this course will have a unlimited access to Option Swing's Discord community throughout the entire course. Okay. So for 1 week, you get access to Option Swing for free along with this course. Okay. So it's going to be an added advantage for you because you'll see how we work and you'll see how the system works as a whole. And I am 100% sure that you will be very, very happy with your results. Okay. And last but not least, every single meeting which we have, depending on how many lessons we hold, I'm guessing it's going to be 1 lesson a day at 8 p.m., will be recorded and it will be sent to you to your email. Okay. So that you can recap it at a later date, okay? And there will be learning quizzes along the way, which you will go on and do, okay? Now, the course is going to cost a total of $251, but for Option Swing members, there's going to be a discount, okay? And the discount is going to be $80 off this price. So we're going to announce that on a separate date, but you're going to be able to sign up at optionswing.com. The page is not live right now, but we want to make sure that we announce this right now so that you guys can start making the necessary arrangements for the time to come. All right. So this is how the course is going to be broken down. And I hope that you guys find this useful or helpful. I will be posting this on Instagram later and posting it on the Discord so you guys can have access to it. Okay. So that's pretty much what the course is going to entail. Somebody's asking what's my Instagram. I'm gonna put it right here at Everyday Growth Advisor. That is the IG. Okay. And so, all right, now we got that out of the way. I hope that you guys are having a great day. Welcome in for people who are just joining. Make sure you smash the like button if you're here. And let's get into these call outs. Let's see if we can get some done today. I know there's a lot of them. So yeah. Now, one thing that I must really say about the course, okay? If you realize, we do not believe in charging you a bunch of money for things that you can learn outside of this course. For example, there are other competitors who have courses that are for an entire month, okay? And it's 4 weeks of a lot of basic knowledge that you can learn from my YouTube channel for free, okay? Now, I'm just going to give you an example. For example, you should come prepared to this course with basic knowledge. So I will go through basic stuff, but at the same time, if you want to learn about candlesticks, well, look, if you go to my YouTube channel, you go to playlists and click on active investments, you will see an entire playlist with basic knowledge here. Fundamental analysis, candlesticks, moving averages, support and resistance. I'm going to do one for volume, which is going to come out really soon, right? So you should be watching all of these and then coming to the class so that you're prepared, because even though I'm going to go through them and you can ask questions along the way, I don't want you to pay for something that you can get for free. This course is laser focused on improving your behavioral mistakes and giving you a system that nobody else has, because this is my own system, right? It's a system that I use to be profitable. So even though there are competitors out there that give you like all this other stuff, like, oh, how do you read candlesticks and this and that, I feel it's an absolute waste of your time if you came to listen to me holding your hand, teaching you all those things. I think that it's much better if you came in and learned what is important, and it will bring a unique experience to this course. So I want to put that out there, that we do not want to charge you to teach you things that you can get for free, okay? So, cool. All right. For sure, let's go through this right now. I'm going to do your call-outs. We have a lot of time, 30 minutes, almost 25 minutes if, about 30 minutes, I would say. All right, so let's do this. And if you are a ex-mentorship member here in the chat, like Shantea, anyone else that here, I'm not sure if somebody else from the mentorship program is here, maybe you could voice out and tell these people whether, oh, there you go, look. So Shantea already said, right, the mentorship program is a great investment, help me understand trading in the stock market so much. So if you want to see, what other people are saying, read the testimonials, okay? That's important to me. All right, let's do this now. Let's get to the call-outs. All right, so Shantea's call-out first. Let's do it. Square. It's going to be a 100 call 619. Cool. 100 call 619. That's going to be a week out. Now, there was some bullish flow on Square, and I do like this movement, in my opinion. I do like the consolidation of Square. So I'm going to go ahead and say that your strike might just be a little too close. But other than that, if Square makes a monster move up, I think you're going to be good. I would roll out your contract to a further expiry, because I feel like 100 to hit this right here is going to be pretty damn hard. Going to be going from here up there. I see a nice volume buildup though. I do like the volume OBV squeezing upward. I do like that the stock has been sitting on the moving averages as a resistance, a support. What I don't like is the fact that, the volume has been decreasing. So I recommend rolling out to further expiry. That's my recommendation. All right. Let's see here. Quick question about stop limits. What is a good starting point? I feel like I get stopped out too quick. Sometimes is 10% a good number? Well, with stop limits, it's kind of based on your risk tolerance. But personally, for me, I like setting it at least 20%. And if you feel like, it also depends on the volatility of the stock. if a stock is moving slowly, then you gotta, adjust your stops a little less. And then if your stock is moving a little more volatile, sorry, the other way around. If the stock is moving volatile, you make your stop limit order such that you're not going to get hit easily, right? So based on volatility is the way to answer that question. I would go with 20% as a starting point, and that's the way that I do it. QQQ 242.50 call 612. That's this week expiry, man. Wow, you guys really love these short expiries, huh? 247.50. Well, you're gonna be in the money soon. I would hold it and then sell this position today. You need to sell this position today, because tomorrow and the day after, theta is gonna drain you. So you need to sell that position today. I'm just gonna tell you right now that if you don't sell it today, tomorrow and day after, your contract is gonna lose a lot of value. And you have sensitive news today coming out by the Fed, so be careful. LHX 220 call 821. LHX, what is that? 44 billion, cool. What is this company? American defense contractor. Okay, for sure. LHX. And 220 call 821. Yeah, you're good with this one. For sure good on this one. In fact, I really like this. In fact, I might have to get this as well. Thanks for the shout out. Nice volume bar here, really increased in volume there. Even though some volume has flowed out, you can see that the overall volume still remains above before this spike happened. And then the stock is trending upward. I might want to wait for this to come down here before buying it. So entry at around 205 would be ideal here. But of course, kind of depends on, what you're looking at, your risk tolerance. If you're already in the contracts, I would recommend holding it. I think it's a solid play. All right. This is the reason why I love these live streams. People give ideas and, it's awesome. If you're here for the first time, go ahead, click on that like button. Please click on the like button. Smash it. Just like, use your fist and pound it, And then subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe, because we go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we do this whole shebang every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 1 hour pre-market. All right, so Coca-Cola, 48.50 strangle. Expiry, 619. Good play. Let's have a look. Why are you playing a strangle, though? Is Coca-Cola reporting earnings? You said 48.50. 48. 48's here and 50. Strangle. Well, yeah, if you want to. But I don't see the volatility though. So remember, if you're playing a strangle, you're also, you're hoping that the stock is going to make a big move. I do see that the stock has been on an uptrend, but I don't see the volume though. So I don't think it's a good play. I recommend you not playing that. Thank you very much for the congratulations on 1K, by the way. I wanted to also mention that after the last stream, we officially hit 1,000 subscribers, and I want to thank you all for being here and subscribing to my channel. You guys are freaking awesome, and I hope and I will continue to give you guys stellar content throughout the year so that you guys can be a part of this family. And the EGA community is just getting started, guys. It's just getting started. So should I keep my AAL 35 calls expiring Jan 2021? Absolutely, you could keep it if you want. Now is the right time to keep it. Tesla 1000 call 612. That's a risky move, but I think you might be good. Good morning, Nike 717 105 call.
Develop a strong mind.
Nike 105 call 717. 105. Looking good, man, in my opinion. Yo, you guys got some fire callouts today, man. Honestly, I'm about to write this shit down right now. I like 2 of the callouts so far. LHX and Nike. Both are looking good, in my opinion. I like the volume of Nike. You can see Some nice big volume came in, right? It's been coming up and then kind of consolidating within this level. If we can get a nice bounce over here again, I will go long. So I do like that play. I think you're good with that. Nike call. You can keep it. Hold it on. BA 240 call 619. Boeing is a very tricky situation right now. But if we can get a bounce here and some volume, you could definitely see it going back to test that high over there. So it all boils down to how the Fed meeting goes, how the market sentiment is going to be. It's a tricky one, man. I don't recommend it, but if you can afford the risk, then sure, go ahead. A calls. I just went through this. American Airlines 30 is fine for January 2021. I believe a lot of people are holding those, so I just went through Boeing. Microsoft, absolutely, you can keep that one. I recommend you to take profits on this today and roll it out, but I recommend not to roll it out today. Take the profits, hold the cash, and play Microsoft as a longer term play. You will thank me later. Buy December calls. Yeah, they might be a little pricey, like almost $1,000 or $2,000, but believe me, if you buy them, you will be a happy camper. Okay. Nvidia. Let's see. Let me just check my battery here. Make sure that there we go. Okay. Okay. Nvidia 360 call 612. Take my profit here or a little more to grow. Well, semiconductors have been rallying, as all tech have. So it kind of depends on you here. I recommend to lock in profits whenever you can. Nobody's ever gone broke locking in profits. Come on, guys. I hope we can get this up to 100 likes today. I would really appreciate that. Come on, smash the like button. All right. Peloton call 50, 619. Peloton call 619. Looking good. Hold it, in my opinion, right? Nice swings over here between these two regions. I think it might break. I also saw some flow on Peloton yesterday. It's looking bullish. Nice volume came in yesterday too. I would hold it. I think you're good. If you can, take profits by Friday. Roll it out to a further expiry so that you can bank even more, in my opinion. Baba's has been looking super bullish. Let's go through it real quick. You guys are asking all the right tickers today. These are great. Baba 230 call 619. Damn. Well, it did gap up, so that's gonna be a kind of a interesting play there. 230 might be a bit too far though. I would take profits. Take profits on Baba. Roll it out if you want. Air 619.30 call. What is Air, first of all? Air is aviation company. Less than 1 billion in market cap. I won't go through this. Please don't trade companies that are less than 1 billion and 10 billion in market cap. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. Disney 119.72. Disney 119.72. Wait, is that a call or a put? Oh, it's a call. You're in the money, bro. So I would take profits and just get out of there. Hello, thank you for your time. Do you keep your extended trading hours on active trading to help identify property levels? I was told to take them off, and I wasn't sure if that is correct. Well, I leave them all because it doesn't make much difference to me. As long as I can see where the real values are, that's all that matters to me, right? But it's based on everybody, right? Everybody has a different preference. I don't think it makes a big difference in my opinion. So keeping it a 15-minute chart, I can see where the extended hours are. So therefore, I can make the decision, right? There's no right or wrong way. Don't let anybody tell you that there's a right or wrong way. That's my 2 cents. What is the difference between warrants and option trading? Never. Well, I don't know what warrants are, but I'll be happy to explain options trading if you would like. But I feel like you can Google that. So maybe you want me to help you Google that? Difference between warrants and options. Stock warrant represents the right purchase. So this is issued directly by a company. versus stock options are purchased on the market. There you go. 1 minute. That took me 1 minute to do. AAL, I just went through AAL. It's looking bullish, but you gotta be careful with that one. Do you still have that graph that shows the timing on it? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have posted it on my Everyday Growth channel too. If you go look at the channel, you'll find it. Work 32 call 717. Work 32 call 717. Ooh. Big volume outflow. It's looking more bearish than bullish, in my opinion. You remember when the trend changes, you gotta, like, especially if the moving average here on the 1 hour, the 50 moving average crosses below these two, then this is going to be a trend change. So be careful with that. Okay. Especially if it gets rejected by the moving averages, that will be a put scenario instead of a call scenario. So I wouldn't, until unless this turns around for you this week, I would get rid of that. What time will the courses be taught? They will be taught at 8 p.m. I'm looking at 8 p.m. PST. I think the pullback was too much. Okay, let's not. Target 125 call 717. All right. Target 125 call 717. Looking good. Looking good. Yeah, I like this. You know, nicely kind of use this as support. This is a support. Using this as support. Even if we go down here, still going to use it as a support and go up eventually to your 125 level. So wait for the breakout here though. See, the right play here was to wait for the breakout. You got in a bit too early if you're in here already. So you're taking a risk, but it is what it is. You're in there. So be careful. That's all. All right. Let's see. I'm going to take a little bit of a breather here. Stop it there. I'm going to come back to these in a bit. Let's see if there are other questions here that are not ticker related. Great. So mentorship program is great. Thank you very much for that, Shantae. I appreciate you saying that about the mentorship program, especially, you know, somebody who has been through the program and saying that means a lot to me. Amazing value. Was expecting it to be way more. We're not trying to you know, scam people here. We want to make sure that people get value here. Okay. So I was ready to leave. You're ready to pay $1,000? Nah, bro, no way. By the way, if you're here for the first time, make sure you hit subscribe and click on the like button. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. It is a live stream that goes through the pre-market analysis, and we are happy that you are here with us. There was a lot of good stuff covered earlier, so make sure you watch the replay if you missed it, and that way you can be caught up. Great. Can you make a video explaining risk to reward? This is going to be a function of the Everyday Growth Advisors mentorship program. I definitely recommend you to join it. I think you say 8 p.m. Pacific time. Since I'm in Eastern time, the course will be 11 p.m. for me. Do I have to attend, or can I go through recording? You can definitely attend the recording. That is one of the ways that you can do it. Right? Some people, they don't want to attend the course in person. They want to take it online. That's the reason why I'm recording them, and then I'm gonna send them to your email daily so that you'll have access to it. And along with that, you'll get a link to do a quiz so that you know you're keeping on track with the course. Okay. So that you're learning. That's correct, but we'll be asking community to see whatever time prefer. Yeah, exactly. Great. This channel is amazing. Let's support our trading brother by smashing the like button. I appreciate you saying that, Kevin. Thank you very much. Hello, I have a question. Do you use divergence to help identify trend changes? If so, which indicators do you use them? RSI, MACD. I use oscillators. I use a oscillator on the bottom here. And that's the only one that I use. Oscillators work a lot similar to RSI, and you can use the oscillator together with MACD to give you an even better signal. There are videos on how you can do this on YouTube. I recommend you to go look that up. It's too long of an explanation for me to go through here. Great. Sign me up for the class. Look forward to this stream. Great, JR. You'll get a chance to sign up. The link is going to be live, as I said, on those dates. So make sure that you go onto the OptionSwing website and get your spot secured when the time comes. All right. That's absolutely right. Cheaper isn't always better. All right. Do you use multi-leg spreads? Hit the like button. Thank you. What do you mean by? when I say roll out, I mean you basically, yeah, you close the position out and you re-enter at a further expiry or a lower strike. That's what I mean. Great. Expire next week. Okay, there's a lot of these over here. So let's see. Any other thing? Ooh, damn, Bruno, you must be angry today, scolding people and shit. I mean, I hope you're doing okay, man. Which other tool rather than TradingView you recommend for charting? Well, the other tool that I recommend is TOS, which is Think or Swim, the platform. So look that up. Hi. How are you guys doing? What are you doing? We are going through the pre-market. Need to learn about your indicators. You have a video on that, bro? I have a write-up on the option swing platform. All right. Do I still have a chance to be able to be in the program? Sure, since I can't be in the Zoom calls at that time. Yes, you can. As I said, the Zoom calls will be... Yeah, okay, cool. I already answered it. Can you go over how to best use OBV? Absolutely. Just here for the first time. Priceless info. Thanks, big bro. You're welcome, man. I appreciate you being here. All right, cool. Let's do a couple more breakdowns, and then I'm going to go through OBV at the end, okay? All right. Let's go through this. Let's see where we were. We were at Target. What's his Instagram? Okay, and then we're going to do here. What do you think of FedEx 155 calls 7.2? FDX 155 calls 7.2. FedEx super bullish. Wow. Interesting. But problem is too bullish, too fast. Personally think it could run up more. Let's just see what the market's doing today. As you would be expecting a very muted market today, so keep that in mind. We're going to probably trade sideways till the Fed talks. FedEx is looking bullish, but I don't like this entry here. I think that you would be paying too much for it. 155 is a good strike, and your expiry is a bit too near. Let's see. I think you should be okay, though. Personally, I would hold it. If you're already in the position, I would personally hold it. That's what I would do. DG 190 call 619. What is DG? DG is Dollar General. Okay. DG. Great. And you have a 190 call for 619. That's next week expiry. Looking good, in my opinion, right? Some nice volume came in towards the end of the day yesterday. You can see that. If you look on the 15-second, you can confirm, yep, some big fish came in to buy something. Expect this stock to rally. Thank you for pointing this out. I'll add this to my list as well to watch today. This is the reason why I love this live stream. People always recommend tickers, and we all learn at the same time, which is beautiful. So I would hold that call definitely. But definitely, if you're in profit by Friday, sell it and move on to the next trade. Awesome. 619 debit spreads. Nicola 95 110 strike. Ooh. Well, yeah, I think it might be a lost cause by now. The thing is that this stock was basically a pump and dump. That's the reason why I never played it. Sure, it was good to ride up, but I don't know. I think there are some people who are still bullish on it, but personally, I stay away from stocks like this. It's just my bias, and honestly, I don't want to shove my bias on you. But it is probably going to be inching higher like Tesla did. So it's going to be a tough one, man. I personally wouldn't play it, but it's up to you. Amazon 2,700 calls for 612. That's a bit risky, but I like it. A little risky, but I like it, man. But I think you're looking for a big move up, though. As I said, risky. Very risky. But I like it. I like the risk to reward, though. Can you make a video explaining risk to reward? I answered this already. Okay, Baba. I answered Baba. I'm pretty sure I answered Baba, right? Let's do it again. I'm not sure if I answered Baba. Baba 230 calls. That looks good. I'm bullish Baba anyway, long term. 619 should be okay. I would roll this out into further expiry. You guys are choosing expiries that are too close, in my opinion. Amazon 2690 call 626. Yep, that one's good. Apple 342 612 looks okay too. Okay. Facebook 250 619. Facebook 250 619. Interesting. I think 619 is too near of a strike. I do like Facebook long term, but the problem with this trade is that you have too short of time to achieve that. You need to roll out your option today and buy a later expiry with your profits. That's what you need to do. Cool. Amazon 3000 call, absolutely go for it. Yeah, you can close your eyes and buy that one. Cool. If you're in here for the first time, please smash that like button. Remember, this stream is partnered with Option String, which is a community which has over 1,400 active traders every day meeting in a professionally run group where we discuss stock picks and we do call outs. We have great bots that can assist you with those. We have an educational platform which I spearhead and I run. And now we're going to have a mentorship program, which if you missed, I highly recommend you to rewatch this stream and familiarize yourself with it. We do have some great watch lists as well that we post every day, and the watch list is a great way to also track a bunch of stocks that we follow per day. So I hope that you'll be able to like the stream and subscribe if you would like to see more content from me. Great. Disney, I went through Disney already. MGM 25 calls July 2nd. MGM 25 calls July 2nd. Let's see. I like it, but at the same time, I am a little skeptical. But I like it. But I also think that your expiry is a little too soon, because if the market dips here, you're going to get caught in the crossfire here. So be careful. Wells Fargo Chase, 35 call, 724. WFC, oops. WFC. 35 calls for 724. You're good, man. Take that. You're good. However, I think that your strike might be a bit high. You should have got like a 34 strike, personally. But you're good. I think you should be good. What's your thoughts on BA? I went through BA already. I don't like the movement that it's making right now, and I think that there may be a short-term correction. I like short-term calls because they're cheaper. Exactly. That's the reason why you get yourself into a lot of trouble. And that's the reason why you need to take the mentorship course. Because cheaper doesn't necessarily mean better. What if the stock doesn't hit your strike? Then what happens? On top of that, when they're cheaper, you have to realize that theta also drains you faster. So there's a lot of things working against you. Ideally, I have shared this multiple times on the stream before, you want to buy options that are 50 to 80 days out. This is the ideal mix for options. 50 to 80 days. Okay? You'll see a nice blend of Greeks in those options. BAC 29 call 626. BAC 29 call 626. Yeah, you're good. Hold that one. You should be fine. See, this is still okay. But once again, you guys choose really short expiries, in my opinion. Still better than most of them, but still. Do you use multi-leg spreads? You mean like butterflies? I do sometimes, depending on the situation. Hit that like button. Exactly. If you can hit that like button, I would appreciate it. Smash the like button. Cake call 35, and I guess that you have a sad face because something went wrong there. I hope you're doing okay, buddy. Let's see, 35. Ooh. Well, actually, it's you know what? It's not that bad. Like not really that bad as it looks. What I see is some volume flew out, right? Now this could be profit taking. Oops. Let me get another pen. See, this is where sometimes you guys get completely side-bagged. So, volume flowed in, right? And then you must have chosen to enter here, right? And you had a why does God why does God hate me moment, because you chased the wave, right? You chased the wave. You said, oh, the economy is reopening, let me get Cheesecake Factory stocks, and you went to buy 35 calls very jubilantly because you saw the rally, right? Well, this over here is simply profit taking. People are taking in a whole bunch of profit. So you can see that OBV is still at a considerably higher level than where it was, right? Which means there are a bunch of people that are still holding the stock. So it could bounce here. It could bounce here and rebound higher. Let's look at your expiry real quick, right? You have 35 calls. You didn't put an expiry, therefore I can't help you. Okay, I answered that question. Oh, expire next week. Yeah, absolutely not. You got to get rid of that. And you got to take the loss. And if you still want to play this, then, you know, you're going to have to do something about it. NCLH, $20 sold put. Hold. NCLH. This is Norwegian Cruise Lines. You sold a $20 put. Until unless you are okay with getting filled at for this owning this stock at $20, I recommend you that this is the ideal moment to take your profits. Get out of the trade and take your premium and run, and then use the premium to buy stock if you want, depending on what your strategy is. All right, let's see. I'm gonna scroll down real quick, see if we have more questions that are unrelated to ticker symbols, because these could go on forever. All right, let's see here. Cool, let's see. This guy gets a remove. Yes? Because we don't need no bad vibes here, right? Come on, we can be civilized. You don't need to scold me just because, right? And another one here. Alrighty. Cool. Let's see. I want to see if somebody's asking a question that's non-trading related. Okay. Can I just pay for the risk and reward video? No. That's not the way that works. The thing is that you have to realize the risk and reward video is actually the main component of the mentorship program. So, yeah, unfortunately not, man. I'm sorry. How can you ensure your position? Well, you can either buy puts on SPY, or you can buy and play fear and buy calls on VIX or UVXY. Or you can buy bonds, or you can buy gold, or you can buy silver. There are many ways. I day traded, that's why it's so close. Okay, yeah, if you're day trading it, then that's fine. I didn't realize theta hurt so bad on weeklies. Exactly, they do. That's the reason why we don't recommend them. We have over 300 people watching. Hit the like button. This guy making us money. Hell yeah. Thank you very much for saying that. I appreciate that. Go smash the like button, guys. I appreciate it. All right. Why are you trading? Aren't markets crashing? That's why we're trading, because markets are crashing. Great. I'm hoping he goes over the best way to use it. Okay, cool. I'll go over OBV right now. This is part of the mentorship program, so I'm going to give you a freebie here on how to use on-balance volume together with your regular volume, okay? This is going to be a complete freebie for you guys. So let's just look at a stock like Roku. Now, there are two volume types that you need to use in tandem in order to understand the momentum in a stock, okay? The first is the volume bars on the bottom, right? And the second is going to be the on-balance volume indicator, which I have on my chart. Now, if you go open up your trading view and you type OBV, you will find the on-balance, which is a built-in indicator. When you get it, it's going to be down here. All you do is you take it and you drag it up on your chart and you change this to %. And that way you get the OBV on your chart. Now, I like to have it on my chart because then it moves along with the stock. And if you want to ever show the candlesticks without the volume, you can just drag the candlesticks down. But I like to see it in tandem because it looks nicer, okay? So, for example, many people don't know this, and I mentioned this multiple times on the stock, on the live stream. But these volume bars on the bottom what do you think they tell you about the bullish or bearishness of the stock? Well, the answer is they tell you jack shit. The red and the green doesn't mean that there were more buyers or sellers here. It doesn't mean. What these red and green bars mean, the volume bar literally takes on the color of the candlestick above it. If the candlestick closed green, the volume bar becomes green. If the candlestick closed red, the volume bar becomes red. Therefore, you have to realize that these volume bars on the bottom can be super misleading sometimes. Why? Because a stock can be getting sold off but have a green volume bar, okay? And a stock can be getting bought up but have a red volume bar, okay? So you have to, how do you confirm? You use something called the on-balance volume indicator, which shows you the balance of volume after buys and sells have been accounted for. What this shows you is total volume, okay? And this OBV bar on this on which I have over here, the indicator, right, which is striking through the blue line, right? It shows you how much volume is left in the stock after the buying and selling. So for example, here volume was at 50%, and here volume was at 25%. So you can know that about 25% of the volume, on balance volume, the balance volume that was left over has flowed out of the stock. Hence, you'll realize that when that happens, there is a bearish momentum on the stock because volume is flowing out. The OBV indicator shows you how volume flows in and how volume flows out, okay? If the OBV is pointing upward, it shows that volume is flowing in. If the OBV is pointing downward, it shows that volume is flowing out. Now, another thing that you have to be very careful is when you have confirmed your hypothesis, you have to look at a smaller time frame. So not only is it enough for you to go to 15-minute, you have to sometimes go to the 5-minute, the 1-minute, and the 15 seconds to verify what is actually going on, okay? So if on the 5-minute it looks bearish, we have to go and check on the 1-minute. Is it still bearish? Yes, OBV is still flowing out. You see that? Still flowing out, right? And then you go into the 15 seconds or whichever smaller time frame that you have, and you can see that indeed volume has been flowing out, right? Sometimes you will get false positives where volume is actually flowing in, but the stock price is moving down. So that's how you catch it. You got to look at OBV, and that's why OBV is important. And I hope that answers your question. Okay, great. Alrighty. Let's see. Can we get a couple of more likes in? I feel like we can hit 130 likes today, guys. We have 300 people watching this live stream. I really hope that we can hit 130 likes. Smash the like button if you're here, and if you like the stream, also subscribe because we do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right. Great. Netflix, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna leave it here. There was a lot of people calling out today, so I know that you guys want me to go through more stuff. I hope I answered the question for you, Zachary. That's one of the things that I go through on the Everyday Growth Advisors mentorship program, and I'm gonna post the illustrations earlier that I showed you for the mentorship. The details are all gonna be on Discord and on Instagram. Follow me at Everyday Growth Advisor on Instagram, and also follow Option Swing. And the descriptions are all in the description below down on the channel. So I hope you guys have a great trading day, and I will see you guys on Friday with more information, more breakdowns, and another live stream. So peace, have a good day, and happy trading. Good vibes to all of you guys. Bye-bye.